Australia and Canada have a very similar reality in our relationship with Aboriginal people and trying to understand how to make everything work and deal with years of... I mean, you've worked in communities, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Well, tell me about that.
When I was at university, a mate of mine said, oh, look, there's a job going out in the outback. Do you want to come out? We're going to build some houses and we'll be out for a couple of months. And I was nursing a broken heart at the time. So, oh, yeah, let's go. And so I went out there, and day after day, week after week, there's a magical effect that the landscape has and that the people, the Aboriginal people, have. And I was very sheltered. I didn't realise it, but I really had not been outside of Sydney much. So to be out there and live there, and then for a while, then I was offered a job at another community where I was the only white fella out there. There was nobody else. And for 1 month, I lived out there. And honestly, if it wasn't for my dad, I'd still be out there. I rang my dad and I was like, Dad, day after day, I feel happier and happier. I feel more content. I feel everything's right with the world. The things that mattered to me, what job I'm doing, whatever it is, it does not matter anymore. I've got great friends. I think I'm going to live out here forever. And he's like, great, love the idea. How about you come back and finish college and see how you go? And that's why I came back. And it really was where I think I grew up. It's when I first started to contemplate who I was. I wasn't just reacting to things that happened in life. I was like, okay, who am I? What do I want to do in this world? What do I want to say?
But you also start to get a sense of what happens politically and how our governments have crushed First Nations people for many years. Did it anger you in that way?
Absolutely, it angered me. It angered me on two fronts. First of all, it angered me the way the media had portrayed the Aboriginal people, because my experience of living with them was not envious, but I was inspired. I was inspired by the family. I was inspired by the community. I was inspired by their culture, their togetherness. I'd only seen images of problems, you know, whether it was drinking, whether it was poverty, whether it was health issues. That's all I knew about the Aboriginal people. Yeah. And I wanted to go back and say, hang on a sec, forget those images. You need to go out there and we need to learn from the Aboriginal people. That, and also I went to a school where I had no idea about the stolen generation. I didn't even know that happened. So I'm not that old. I mean, I left school 20, 25 years ago. How can you go through an entire education without learning what really happened? And that's what angered me.